The UEFA Champions League knockout stages are set, guys. These will be the last 16 ties, and there are some absolutely crazy games in this format, guys. This new format, I have to say, is probably the best addition UEFA have done in anything they've ever done before. Guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like, and comment down below your predictions. We're going to be predicting every single one of these and talking briefly about all of them because there's some really crazy ties, man. Absolutely mental. I mean, look at some of these games. Like, these could be semi-final ties. Madrid City, I think everyone saw that coming. Newcastle Barcelona is a really interesting tie. And PSG Chelsea. Wow. Blockbuster stuff, guys. But these are the brackets and how everything is lining up. And as an Arsenal fan, hey, I hate this whole quadruple stuff. It's unnecessary and very unrealistic. It's never been done before. But this, ultimately, Arsenal fans, we should all be very, very confident here because look at the side of the draw we're on, guys. It is kind of perfectly poised for us to go far. There's no excuse for us to not go at least to, like, the semis. But we should be making that final in Budapest. We should be booking the tickets. But, hey, no game's easy in this. And Leverkusen, I think, will win. But it won't be easy. But, yeah, guys, let me know what your predictions are as well. Because we're going to be, obviously, predicting it on the UEFA site here. The bracket. You can predict this. Anyone can do this. You just got to search it on UEFA and it will come up. But Paris Saint-Germain Chelsea, guys. Oof. This is a very, very interesting tie, guys. Very, very interesting tie. At home for Paris Saint-Germain. Obviously, had to go through the playoffs, whereas Chelsea made the top 8. Chelsea have been pretty decent in the Champions League. They had slip-ups early on against, like, Karabag, for example, where they drew. They barely beat Paphos. But PSG have had their problems this season. They don't look like the force they were towards the end of last season. That could very well still happen. I mean, it was only January last year where PSG really clicked into gear. But they have defensive problems. They barely beat Monaco, and they only really beat them in the end because of that red card, which was massive significance. But Chelsea, I think they won't fancy themselves, but they'll back themselves in this one. And I don't really blame them because Paris Saint-Germain haven't looked great recently. Even in the league, there's been a few slip-ups. But, guys, with the quality they have got in attack, we don't know if Dembele's going to make this game or not. He is injured right now, which is a massive blow. But they've still got Doué, Barcola, Kvaratskhelia. It's absolutely mad, the depth they have got in attack, guys. It's crazy. And they've got loads of youngsters like Mayulu and Janto. It's crazy. And it's Dro Fernandez. It's endless. And that midfield is just sensational. Vitinha, Fabian Ruiz, and obviously Joao Neves. They've got so many options. But it's the defence for me that could cost them. Chelsea will definitely... I think this will be a really good game. But I'm just going to back Paris Saint-Germain. I do think they've got more quality than Chelsea. And Chelsea have issues of their own. They're not consistent enough. They make errors at the back. So it will be a very good game. I think it will be a close one. And I think it will be really good. Then we've got Galatasaray Liverpool, guys. The way Galatasaray got through against Juve, they barely made it. They barely made it against 10-men Juve. Not a good look. They almost bottled a 3-goal lead. Crazy. And Juve had 10 men for like a whole half, guys. So, yes, it is away. And it will be tough atmosphere. But I'm sorry, Galatasaray fans. I've got to go with Liverpool, who aren't actually doing well themselves either. There's a lot of problems at Liverpool. But I just think they're going to have too much for Galatasaray, I think, guys. So, I think this is going to be the one there. Now, Real Madrid, Man City, guys. This is an interesting one. Every year we see this tie, and it's so predictable at this point. I think it was Courtois who said, we know we're going to get Man City. And lo and behold, they got Man City, guys. Now, this is a really interesting one because I think City right now, they're in really good form. They look really solid. Even defensively, they've tidied up there. They've got a lot of options. Guehi coming in, Donnarumma in goal. Massive additions, massive additions. They've kind of worked out a way to put O'Reilly in the midfield, Aït-Nouri at left back. So they can be got at in defence still. I don't think it's as solid as possibly people make out. Real Madrid, they've got the individuals to exploit, for example, Aït-Nouri at left back and Nunes at right back, who's been doing well. But Madrid have a lot of problems, guys. Every time I watch Madrid at the moment, they look so disjointed. It is like no chemistry in that team. It's really not looking good under Arbeloa. And the only reason why it's them and Barca at the top and they're kind of right neck and neck is because both of them have issues. So I'm not convinced by Real Madrid at the moment. And without Mbappe kind of having a individual brilliance, this is what they're relying on too much. We see it with Vinny producing bangers and Mbappe. Rodrigo's out of form. Bellingham's injured. And the defense is very bare. Like without Militao, they got Rudiger, Raul Asensio, who's now injured. They got Alaba in 2026. Oh my word. Yeah, guys, as much as I don't want them to, and I'll be supporting Madrid, of course, I do think Man City will win. They have the better team at the moment, and they're set up better. So I back them. Now, Atalanta, Bayern, no disrespect. Like, no game is easy, and there are shocks in here. Like, this probably will not be the case. Like, I'm going with logical decisions, I think, here. And a lot of people, I think, will agree with my decisions. But there could always be a shock. Who knows? Atalanta at home could do something mad. I mean, Bayern, the one thing about Bayern I will say, their attack's probably the best in the world right now in terms of output, with Olise putting up crazy numbers, Diaz as well, and Kane. What a trio. But hey, shocks are there. I mean, I'm not convinced entirely with Bayern's defense with Kim. I don't think he's great. Upamecano's good, but on the biggest stage, he sometimes has a bozo moment in him. And the right back and left back spot, they're not natural fullbacks. Stanisic and who's the other one? I can't remember, guys. But yeah, they're not amazing in defense, but they've got some insane depth in terms of attack. They've got Carl Musiala, Diaz, Kane, Olise, Gnabry, Jackson. The list goes on, guys. The list goes on. It's absolutely mad. And they got Kimmich in the midfield. It's a star-studded lineup with like Musiala, guys. It's ridiculous. Bayern are going through. Newcastle, Barca. Now, I'm not going to lie, guys. This is a tricky one because, yes, Newcastle in the league don't look great. But in the Champions League, they've been very good. They've been really good. They battered Karabag. Absolutely destroyed them. And defensively, Barcelona have been really awful, man. I'm going to be honest. I love Barcelona. They're probably my second favourite team. Always loved them since, like, Neymar went there. It was just amazing. But with Barcelona, their defence is a real issue. And Flick is not dropping that high line, guys. So they concede to virtually everyone. They concede to any team in the world at the moment. So that is a real issue. But Newcastle have their own problems, even in attack. Their output right now is not good, guys. Really bad. Like, their whole attack is completely misfiring. Gordon's scoring a lot in the Champions League, which is helpful for this, obviously. But in the Prem, they look really bad. So it's an interesting one. It is an interesting one. I think St. James's Park is a real test, but we saw Barca go there in September and win 2-0 with Rashford. So the depth, Barca have an attack as well. Pedri, obviously, coming back. De Jong injured is a big blow, but they've still got some sensational individuals. Yamal, they got Lewandowski, Rafinha, Fermin. They've got a lot of depth, guys. They've got a lot of depth in the attacking areas. And even Olmo, people like this. So they've got enough in attack, I think. And Newcastle, as a team, I don't know if they've got enough to withstand Barcelona. So I'm going to pick Barcelona there. Now, Atleti Spurs is a really interesting one, man. A lot of people are saying this is a dead time. I kind of agree because both teams aren't great. I know Atleti destroyed Barca a few weeks ago, but they're so inconsistent. They're so inconsistent. But with Tottenham, I mean, they've been doing good in the Champions League. Like, they got top 8. They got top 8, but in the league, they're in a relegation battle. It's mad how different it is, but expansive football is a lot more open in the Champions League. Like, I could see either team winning, but just for the fact that kind of Atleti's attack is starting to get form now. It's starting to get form back with Lookman, who's been sensational. Alvarez, we know how good of a player he is. So I'm just going to back Atleti here. I do think that they've got enough attacking quality to exploit Tottenham, but Tottenham have been good in the Champions League. Now, you know what I think of Bodo Glimt, guys. I've done videos on them recently. Absolutely brilliant. At home, they are formidable, guys. They're unbeaten in their last 4 in the Champions League, and even away, they've beaten Atletico Madrid. They've beaten Inter. They're a force to be reckoned with. Fair play to Sporting. They made the top 8. They did really well. They obviously lost Alisson Santos, who got them there. He went to Napoli. They've got decent players. Suarez is a good striker. He's replaced Gyökeres quite well. And they've got some exciting talents like Quenda. But I do actually back Bodo Glimt to continue the train. They're in pre-season. They've got their mindset. I'm hopping on the train, guys. I'm hopping on the train. Now, Leverkusen Arsenal is a very, very interesting one. I do think we will go through, but no game's easy. And it will be interesting to see what happens. And yeah, that is it, guys. I'm going to leave the quarterfinals because obviously we need to see what happens in the round of the 16. But those are my predictions for the round of 16. Let me know if you think these will be the quarterfinals. Because if these are the quarterfinals, we're in for a treat, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, look at those. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, let me know what you predict for these and if you think I'm right. Because there's some interesting ties. There's some really interesting ties. But that's going to be the end of the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoy. If you did, hit the like, subscribe if you're new. Comment down below your thoughts. I'd love to hear your predictions. And follow all my socials. I create different content on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter as well. Everything is down below. But yeah, that's going to be the end of the video. It's been Jay-Z Knows Ball and I'm out. Peace out, guys. Take care.